apart for a hot minute. A lot of change going on in my life. We moved an hour away. You probably heard all this. Obviously the car accident. I've just been, I've always said I wanted to be the transparent person. Not have this fake amazing Instagram life. And most of the stuff I post is pretty relative to my life, but going through a lot with the accident, a lot of mind issues, memory issues, forgetting songs that I've known my whole life. Emotional issues, stress, anger. Don't know what the fuck to do. Didn't have any motivation to podcast. Didn't have any motivation to do comedy or make content, or did not care. But over the past couple weeks, things have changed, like therapy and occupational therapy and speech therapy and hearing specialists, and going through everything to fix me. I haven't been to actual therapy like a psychiatrist yet. Psychiatrist? Is that a kid's doctor? Psychotherapy? Maybe it's what it is. I don't know. I don't go there till this week, but regardless, didn't want to be as transparent, or didn't want to be so closed off is what I mean. My life's not perfect. I've got a lot of goals that I still want to achieve, and every single week I don't know whether or not I want to live here or move to the States and go after this dream, or what I want to do with the rest of my life. But I realize that I'm here right now. I need to make the best of it. And if I can't hack it here, then how am I supposed to hack it over there? Yes, I'm drinking Bud Light, and no, I don't give a single fuck. I've always drank Bud Light. I don't give a fuck what they put on the bottle. That's not going to change the fact that I like Bud Light. Your kid wears something you don't agree with, you're just going to fucking run him out in the yard and shoot him? Probably not. Bud Light is what it is. Support what you want to support. Tastes good. Meh. I'm over it. I don't know who else goes through a million thoughts in their mind a day about where they want to be in their life, what they want to do. Are they successful enough? Do they please enough people? How many times a month do you want to cancel people out of your life? How much do you deal with stress, anger, anxiety, depression? Just, there's so many things that can stop you from doing anything in your life. Do you ever sit there and just think one day, like, when we die, we're fucking done. We're fucking done. If you were told tomorrow that you have, I know this seems like I'm rolling into like something you've heard a million times, but it's not. If you were told tomorrow that you were gonna die in 1 year, you'll be at perfect health until that last day. You can do everything that you could do right now, but you're dead 1 year on this day. Would you give a fuck about anyone's opinion? Would you give a shit about disappointing someone, or someone being or embarrassing yourself, or not being exactly what everyone else wants you to be? Or would you fucking go after the shit that you want to be happy with? Would you put the fucking pen down to the paper and write the shit that you want to do with the rest of your life? Our life is fucking short. I can't believe I'm 27, turning 28. People, older generation tells me all the time, like, oh my god, you're still a kid. It's like, yeah, and then you're a fucking adult. I don't know if I want to have kids. I don't know if I want to own a house. I don't know if I want to live here. I don't know if I move to Austin, Texas. And the reason why my mind goes fucking crazy every single day is I could have died on Halloween last year. And I think that if I could see myself, like if I died and I could see everything that's going around like a spirit, would I have been happy or satisfied with the life that I had lived? And it's definitely a no. Like I'm not weighing down the getting married and traveling a bunch so far, and all these bachelor parties and weddings I've been a part of, and having an amazing family and a great friend group. And do I think I'm unlucky? Fuck no. I was the fastest fucking sperm to make it to that egg to be here today. And I'm a fucking live, and I'm healthy-ish. Before the accident, healthy. I have it great. I live in Canada. I live within North America. I have so fucking much opportunity, and I feel like every single day I'm wasting it. If I sit down and try and watch a Blue Jays game the entire time, I'm like, why are you not doing something to make more money or make yourself more successful or do the things that you really want to do in life? One of the things I want to do in life is watch baseball, go to every baseball park, own a jersey from every single team that I bought at their park. Yet for some reason, the second I try and enjoy that thing, my mind can only sit on, why am I not doing more? And I think my biggest fear, and the reason why I haven't just said, fuck this, I'm moving. I am quitting my job. I am first saving up 10 grand to live for the first month in the States. But I will figure out how to hack it somewhere or get paid cash jobs to live over there for a little while, get a visa, get a company to sponsor me to live over there and go after my dream. The reason why I'm not doing it is because I don't know if it'll change the way I feel right now. I told myself when I was like 15, I want to make $100,000 a year. I want a company truck, a company phone, a company computer. I want a pension. I want benefits. I want all these things. I want to be able to make my own schedule, do what I want when I want. It was like this dream, like saying I want to win the lottery. I have all those fucking things now, and for some reason, like, I love my job, and it makes it so I can do this kind of stuff, but for some reason, I still get that thought in my head of, you should be doing more, you should be bigger, you should be more successful, you should be working harder, working more often, putting all your time and energy into this thing. I'm sitting in a podcast here. I lived here for almost a month and I haven't completed it. I am getting this whole wall redone. Stuff's getting hung on the wall behind this. I'm getting a TV put up so we can watch video while we're filming. And I think one of my biggest issues is patience and ADHD. I want the things and the goals that I'm going after to happen tomorrow. I want to work for them, and I am working for them. Like, most people that start a podcast don't do it for 52 episodes, don't do it for 2.5 years. They give up after 6 months. So don't get me wrong. Like, I'm happy with where I am right now. I'm happy with the following I have on Instagram, the views that I'm getting on these episodes, the sponsors that are reaching out to give me free things. Like, trust me, I don't feel like I'm failing. And then ADHD, like, I think I'm going to have to go back on Ritalin or Concerta. And it's not even for the fact that, like, I get it. I am a fucking lot of a person when I'm around people. But I have my moments where I can be professional. I can be calm, collect, quiet with customers, with jobs, with work, with family, with parents. Like, friends, parents, they first introduced me. I remember as a kid, they'd be like, oh, fucking nervous. But I know who I'm around and who can take what and what I'm allowed to say and that kind of stuff. But it seems like this ADHD thing, this problem with my head, I think of a billion things to do all at once, all the time. I'll sit on the couch being like, I should be podcasting, I should be editing, I should be redoing the garage, I should order that $5,000 laser so I can do side work. I should focus on getting new customers. I should do a full day of work for 8 hours, bust my ass out, get new customers, get raises. When I get home, we'll do 2 hours of podcasting, editing, promotion, and then we're going to go to the mall, we're going to hand out flyers to promote the podcast. Do this, do this, do this, do this. And then my mind goes into a million other things. Yesterday, I'm going to go to work, sign a new customer, head home. I'm going to work on the podcast. I'm going to do this. Went, signed a new customer, then drove to IKEA, ate Swedish fucking meatballs in a prison kitchen. They were good, don't get me wrong. Then I drove back to home, put up curtains for fucking 3 hours. Curtain rods, curtains. Didn't know if they looked great, kept straightening them, wash them, iron them, get them up, do the thing. Bought a nice board for my podcast, still sitting here in the package. Just, I feel like I fucking get myself to do nothing related to what I want to do because I try and do too much. When I sit there and I go, record a podcast today, do promotional wear, make the thumbnails, edit the audio, edit the video, make little clips, make sure that you do promotional stuff for different brands that have helped you out. And then it's like in my head, that's like watch the Jays game, do dinner, redo the garage, get the barbecue out, get the deck done, get the driveway cleaned, get your vehicles cleaned. There's so much stuff in there. What are we doing tomorrow? What time is it? What temperature is it? What are we doing tonight? Did we eat? Have we slept? Have we shit, pissed? Do I have to go to the bathroom? It just seems like a million things are going on at the same time. And I just end up sitting there for an hour looking at my phone at Facebook Marketplace wondering, I could buy that. I want to buy that. Should I do this? I don't know. And then you sit there, you put your phone there, and you're like, fuck, I should have been doing stuff this whole time. Then you go to bed miserable, pissed off, and feeling like a fucking failure for not doing anything. It doesn't even tell you how long you've been recording. That's lame. Anyway. I think that there's just... I think it sounds like a pity party, a feel bad for me, oh my god. But I feel like our generation has so much of a split between the two of no phones, no TV, get up to change the buttons. Really, really, really saw the beginning of like PlayStation 1, Nintendo, Xbox. And we're just so... in the middle of, we didn't really have technology, what did we do with it? Here's a cell phone at 16, slide keyboard. By the time we're 18, we have touch screens, iPhones, laptops. By the time we're 22, now we've got like VR, all these different things. Like, it's still pretty basic at that point. Facebook is growing, Instagram is growing, Twitter's growing, Snapchat, Vine. By the time we're 27, TikTok, all these things. And now it just seems like, I don't know if it's all of us or if it's just me, but it seems almost impossible to just have a group of people sit in a booth or sit at a table or sit hanging out and not have someone on their phone interested in something else. I think having the world in our pockets makes it harder to focus on the people around us or give a fuck about them. And I'm not opposed to it. There's a lot of people I've been in rooms with within the last month that I don't give a fuck about. Not in a rude way. I have the things I want to focus on, the people that I want to prioritize, and you're not it. So I can go to my phone and look up and do the things that I really want to do at any given moment. I feel like subconsciously, if you're surrounded by people and you happen to just go on this and focus on something else, you'd rather be doing this. Such a tangent. I want to be great. Sounds vulnerable, it sounds open, but I have a lot of anxiety. I've got a lot of fucking shit going on, and I watch so many podcasts in a day. So many. Mostly comedy, but 90% of it's unrelatable, and that's kind of what I want out of this podcast, is to be helpful to someone that has anxiety or is scared of certain things or wants to make a change in their life but just doesn't have the perfect scenario. I wanted to change my life when my dad died, go after my dreams. Kind of did by starting the podcast, but not fully. Almost died in a car accident. I could have died. Let's fucking go after it. Haven't. Started looking at jobs in Austin, Texas last week to see if I could get a job there where they'd sponsor me to come over to the States, but I don't even know if I'd pull the trigger if I got it. I love my job and I'm so scared of... Have you ever had a job that you kind of like I love mine, but that's fucking rare, that you kind of like, that you don't want to take a risk of something else, because what if you can't come back to this? Like 20 years from now, I don't want to look back and think this was the fucking best time and I was just fucking it up. Like if you look back on memories in like college or a bachelor party or a weekend away and you were just like so worried about making sure everything was perfect that you kind of like you didn't miss out on the where the fuck did you find a little rubber ducky? You're a weirdo. My dog's in here playing a little rubber ducky and I'm so confused. Anyway, you ever have those moments where not at school or a vacation or something and a year later or 6 months later or 20 years later you think about how amazing that memory was and you couldn't appreciate it or respect it enough in the moment? Like I've had those with guys' weekends and weddings and even my own wedding. Maybe this happens for everyone who's married, but like it feels like my wedding went by like this. I didn't get to see everyone I wanted to. I barely got to be on the dance floor and I wanted to do that. Loved the entire way. Don't get me wrong, it was amazing, but it'd be cool if like a green light went off when you knew you were living in a moment that later on in life you would. It was the good times. I think I'm in the good times. I don't have kids. I make good money. We live in a beautiful 3-bedroom house. I can travel whenever I want to. I've got amazing friends, great family, and all I want is more. I would be willing to throw everything, obviously other than my family and my wife, away to move across this continent to go after more. And I think it just eats away at you. Sorry to be a downer. Let's drink my Bud Light and let's get past that. It's too much downer. We're going to LA in September. I'm jazzed about that. I think I'm going to have way too much of a craving and a fun time there to ever want to come home, but got a couple nights out at a couple comedy clubs like the Hollywood Improv and the Store and doing some podcast learning with Halston Ray from the Burtcast and the wife of the party and going to 3 different MLB games, Universal Studios. It's just stuff that I should be so pumped for. I'm pumped for that. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking pumped. You ever have something that you don't do because you just immediately think it's gonna be so hard and so much work? And half the time you do it and you're like, oh my god, this is way easier once you learn how to do it. Like, you can do this so easy. But you just didn't. I have that with certain editing or audio or video, wanting to do things better. I just don't even know where to start. I don't know. Could change at any moment though. If you could flick a switch tomorrow and go to exactly where you want to be in life, the exact age, look, like weight, job, holy shit, whether or not it's a celebrity or a billionaire or exactly who you want to be, but you have to get rid of everything you have right now, would you do it? You have to get rid of family, friends. Just to be somebody that you don't even know if you'll want to be. Trust me, I wouldn't leave my friends and family, but just a lot of what ifs in life. And I don't want to be 50 being, what if I would have done that then? God, what I would be to be 30 again or 27 again and just be going after my dream. It's like my dad died when I was 23. Yeah, when I was 23. And it's kind of like, if I would have known he's dying at 23, how much more, what would I have done with my dad for my whole life leading up to that? Hey, you're 8 years old, your dad's going to die when you're 23. What do you do with him now? I just started the podcast earlier and definitely had him as a part of it. It would have been amazing to talk to him on here. Would have taken him to baseball games, took him out for dinner. I never got to have my dad in my life where I made enough money to do stuff for him. When I was 23, I was just starting out selling cars. Just got done college. I was only a couple years out of college. Couldn't do shit for him. Now I could take him to ball games and treat him to awesome dinners and go do dumb shit together. And do I want to be 50 and think back to right now and think of all the shit I could do and I didn't? I'm convincing myself during this current episode to fucking just throw it all on the table. Go for your damn dreams. Anyway, it's a shorter episode this week because I'm trying to finish the podcast studio. Got some sweet guests coming up next week. Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome back to another episode of the Heart to Heart podcast.